Having Chris Herren come to our school was a great opportunity for me and my other classmates and everyone there. It was such a different perspective as an assembly, and as a school I feel like we could all grow from this, and we were able to talk with our classmates about our problems and just really come together as a school.
Going into the assembly, I only knew that it was about substance abuse. I didn't know anything other than that. So I never expected him to talk so candidly about self-image and friendship. It was nothing short of incredible, and I think me as well as everyone that I go to school with will remember it for the rest of our lives.
I personally feel as if he touched a lot more on certain things more people didn't touch on. He talked about, I guess you can say, certain topics that most people wouldn't cover. And he told his story in a different way. He definitely, I don't know, he found the way to get to some kids and make them think of life.
I'm thankful as an athlete that we got to have Mr. Herren as a speaker come in, because he didn't really tell his story about how drugs affected him. He told the story about how everyone around you can affect you in your life and how everything can change in an instant.
When Chris Herren came to talk to us, I was expecting him to talk about his life, but he ended up telling us about our lives, and I could relate to a lot of it, and I didn't know I needed to hear it, but it did, and it helped.
When Mr. Carr and Mr. Clare came to me about bringing Chris Herren to NCHS, I started researching him. I watched videos, I read about him, and I talked to schools that had already had him, and I agreed that we needed to bring this message to NCHS. I had the pleasure of greeting Mr. Herren when he came to the school, and I got a few minutes to meet him and really get to learn and know him, and I knew that the morning was going to be an incredible experience for our students. When he entered the auditorium, you could hear a pin drop. Our student body was amazing that morning. They were locked in, they were engaged. I stood in the back and I scanned the crowd throughout the entire presentation, and I can tell you that there was a lot of emotion in the room. It hit hard with some of our kids. It's exactly like you've heard the students say earlier in this video. It's exactly what some of them needed to hear. We have so many kids that could relate to him, but like they said, it wasn't about him, and he said that numerous times in his presentation, that it wasn't about his story, it was about their story. And after the presentation, the day was full of buzz. Everybody was talking about the morning and the speaker and all the different topics that he talked about. I got a lot of hugs that day in the hallways thanking me for bringing him, and I had several students who wanted to visit with me in my office about some of the things that he talked about and how we can make a difference here at NCHS. So I do think it was a very valuable and very memorable experience for our students, and I really appreciate everyone that made it happen. Mr. Carr and Mr. Clare for even bringing the idea to the table and introducing us to the idea, and then athletic boosters and everyone that donated to the cause. It was definitely warranted, and it was definitely appreciated. To Mr. Chris Herren, I can't say thank you enough for coming to Newton Community High School and talking and reaching out to our kids, but most of all, what you do for people every day, and you are truly a difference maker. And here at Jasper County Community Unit 1, we talk a lot about difference makers, and you are definitely one of them. So again, thank you for coming to our school. Thank you to everyone who made this happen. I know it is a presentation that's going to stay with our kids for a very long time.